Mind the cliff when setting your hedging program. Welcome to CurrencyCast. My name is Agustin Mackinlay. I'm the financial writer at Cantox and your host. In this week's episode, we're going to discuss the three main building blocks of a hedging program: goals, pricing, and exposure. In doing so, we're going to borrow a page from geography and use the concept of the cliff to better understand the nature of a hedging program. Let us start by asking the following question. Would you protect your company's profit margins and cash flows, or would you rather wish to limit the variability of corporate performance as measured in accounting terms in your financial statements? Now, the two are not incompatible with each other, but let's say that you want to protect your company's cash flows and profit margins from currency risk. Here, pricing parameters or criteria play a key role, and we need to introduce the concept of the cliff. The cliff in foreign exchange risk management refers to a situation of a sharp movement in the foreign exchange rate that is used in pricing, and that occurs in between, say, two budget periods. If you desire to keep stable prices during an entire campaign period, and you have the ability to pass the pricing impact of that cliff on to your customers at the start of the following campaign, then you will be implementing what we call at Cantox a static hedging program. And the principal goal will be to protect the budget rate for that particular campaign. If you do not have the ability to pass that pricing impact of the cliff onto your customers, or you simply do not desire to do so, then you will be implementing a layered hedging program. And the principal goal will be to achieve a smooth rate over time so that you can keep steady prices during a set of campaigns without unduly hurting your budgeted profit margins. Finally, if you face dynamic prices and you update your prices frequently, here the cliff doesn't play much of a role, and you will be implementing what we call at Cantox a micro hedging program for firm commitments. And your principal goal will be to protect the dynamic pricing rate in each of the transactions. Having discussed goals and pricing, let's say a few words about the type of exposure that you need to collect and process. In the case of both a static hedging and a layered hedging program, the type of exposure that you need to manage is going to be a forecast. Only it's going to be a forecast for an individual campaign period in the case of a static hedging program, and it's going to be a rolling forecast that covers a set of campaign periods linked together in the case of a layered hedging program. In the case of a micro hedging program for firm commitments, well, the name says it all. It's going to be those firm sales and purchase orders that are contractually binding. Finally, if you desire to limit the variability of corporate performance as measured in accounting terms in your financial statements, you will need to implement a balance sheet hedging programs. And the type of exposure that you need to manage in this case is going to be those invoices that come after the firm commitments. So in conclusion, you need to set the goals of your hedging program. You need to understand very well the pricing criteria and pricing characteristics of your business. And you need to collect and process the right type of exposure. In the particular case of your company, you're likely going to face a different set of constraints or considerations that need to be taken into account. For example, you might have secondary objectives or goals as well, like maximizing netting opportunities or optimizing the impact of forward points, as you're likely going to face, well, either positive or negative, favorable or unfavorable forward points. And why not? You might give yourself some flexibility with the help of conditional stop loss and profit-taking orders. currency management automation solutions, working alongside your existing systems, provide an entire family of automated hedging programs and combinations of hedging programs that will allow you to systematically reach both your primary goals and your secondary goals. So mind the cliff, and don't forget that the time to act is now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to share, like, and subscribe to our channel in order to keep up to date with upcoming episodes.